Welcome to Minecraft Monday. Our first objective for today is building a tree planter. We're going to do a 2 by 2 tree planters. This will help us grow tall spruce trees. We're gonna space out these planters to give space for other tall trees to grow on it. And we're gonna use a 2 by 2 area of spruce saplings to grow the spruce trees. And with this trees that we're growing, we're gonna use it to build some basic farms. I really like the textures of spruce trees, as the colors and how they look really is a great item or block to use. We're just speeding up the process here. So I've decided to create at least 4 planners. That would be enough for me to build some basic stuff. Alright, that should be the last of the blocks. So we got 4 planners, which is spaced out enough to grow 4 tall trees. For example, that one that I've just harvested. So I'm just clearing out the area here because this is the general area that we are going to build the first animal pen that we are going to use. So let me just go grab some of the materials that we're going to use for this build. Mostly stones and basic stuff that we've gathered already. I might use the black stones for the roof, maybe. Let's just see how the build goes. Mostly I'm going to use the spruce trees on this because it's one of the favorite trees that or blocks that I tend to use on my builds. Let's just see how it goes. First thing we need to do is dig 4 areas with 4 by 4 by 1 areas on it. This will be the pen for each farm animals that we need to for the early game, which as follows: sheep, pigs, chickens, and cows. Sheep are useful for their mutton, which is the sheep's meat, and their wools too, which will be useful for future builds. I might build my own farm for wolves in the future, maybe different colored ones. So let's see that. Pigs, mostly for their meats, and you might want to build a pigman army of some sort too. We'll see. Chickens are for their meats, eggs, and feathers, which is useful for some recipes on the game. Cows mainly for their meat, since beef has the best saturation, meaning you won't get hungry as fast when you eat it. Plus their milk, to remove bad status effect. So we're just gonna build some sort of a box on it, and the 2 by 2 area walkway that we have there, we're gonna leave it as is. So we'll see how this looks in a short bit. Alright, so I use these spruce logs to act as a foundation for the build. On the 4 by 4 holes that we dug, I added in fences around it to keep the animals from hopping out of our pen when we've added all the animals on it. Now I use spruce wood for the sides of the builds, and on top of those spruce wood I'll be adding in some fences to add a little bit of detail on it. I also extended the height of the foundations 2 highs, and around it we're gonna put in the spruce fences. So this should add a bit of details, and also so the build could be see-through, because we want to see into it just in case there's any aggressive mobs, especially creepers, because I don't want to deal with creepers on it. And I've made some changes on the build mid building, since the ones that I was building doesn't look appealing to me. I've added in lighting on the building as well, using some torches to avoid any aggressive creatures from spawning. Alright, that should be the last adjustment that we need to add on this. So all the way square with foundations and fences on the as windows. Now we're gonna prepare the materials that we're gonna use for the roof on this. So I'm planning, since I have a lot of black stones that we gathered from strip mining, might as well use it. And we're gonna convert this into black stone tiles. And the best way to get more of it, because we're gonna use slabs and some full tiles on this, full block tiles. So I'm planning to build here some stone cutter. So stone cutters would help you get more out of the materials that you initially have. Let's see. For stone cutters, you're gonna need some smooth stone to build it, and to get smooth stone, you're gonna need to smelt regular cobblestone using your furnace. We now have all the materials needed to build the stone cutter. I'm just gonna put it here. Now let's put the blocks that we intend to use, and we're just gonna get one stack of the half a slab or slab. We're gonna use it to build the roof. So let's gather some more wood from this. So all the way through, we're just gonna chop down using our iron axe or iron axe, like so. Now we're gonna be doing a technique to fully harvest this by bridging out or towering using your dirt or any blocks that you can easily destroy. So by towering up, jumping, then putting blocks below you, you can do this technique. And we're just gonna do it all the way through until we get all the wood on this. That should be the last piece for it. Now let's just get the all the stacks here. Now these leaves will disappear on their own and will sometimes drop sticks or saplings. See, that's how we tower down. So just remove all of this, and yes, spawning a spruce tree, or rather planting it and growing it, would generate how do you call this, that kind of dirt, which is I'm gonna get back to you in the future. So just gonna put this ahead, just so we have a headroom. Just jump, then put that there. This should be our way in and out of this small, how do you call this, stable. Gonna put this as animal stable. Now we're just gonna go ahead and build us the roof. We're just gonna do a standard roof, looking like a triangle, a slightly sloped one. So let's see. So, while I was minding my business laying out the roof for my build, I happened to have a visitor. They're called pillagers. They're aggressive towards players, and usually they have axe or crossbow as their weapons. You may eliminate them, but as you can see, as I killed the commander with the flag, we got a status effect. This effect will remain on you for 1 hour and 40 minutes. When you have this effect, you are in the village, it will trigger a raid on that village, which pillagers will be attacking in waves, and in each wave the difficulty of mobs that you will fight will increase, and some mobs that we will soon be discussing will appear. We'll get into raiding in the future. It's too early for us. Now, to take this status effect off, you may drink some milk from the cows that we will be breeding soon. So I'm just going to continue on building our, well, what you call this, stables for our farm animals. We'll just call this mini barn from here on forth. So I'm just going to finish the mini barn, and I'll take you guys when it's done. We're finally done building the roof for our mini barn. Now on to getting the occupants on their respective pens, our animals. Now to get the mobs to get to follow you and lure them into their pens, we're gonna need each mob's respective food of choice. Now for sheeps and cows, they eat wheat, and pigs eat potatoes or carrots. Chickens are attracted on any seeds. To get these foods, we're now gonna get into our third goal, which is we're gonna start a basic farmland. Farmlands are where you can plant and grow crops. Three things we need: dirt, water, and a hoe. Any kind of hoe. Stone, iron, gold, diamonds, or netherite hose, whichever you prefer. So let's just get into it. For building a farmland, we're gonna need to secure a water source. That's really important. It's advisable to get the water source from the oceans or rivers. Also, it's advisable to put the water source near where you're building the farm land. So when you need to put out or put down the water source, you can get another one near where you're building. So that's what we're doing right now. We're just gathering water, putting it up on the hill which we're planning to build the farmland. I might want to speed the process up. Alright, so you may build the water source with three dugout blocks with each water source on each end. You may gather the water on the center of the tree space to get infinity water or infinite water. You may also do that by 2 by 2 or how large area you want. The minimum is 3 by 1 area. Now to plant the seeds of our crops, you're gonna need to build a farmland. To make one, you're gonna need to use your hoe on the dirt or on a grass block to convert it into a farmland. Farmlands should be irrigated to make sure that plants grow or will grow, and to make sure that the farmland won't revert back into dirt as well. Best way to tell the difference between a farmland or an irrigated farmland is the shade of the farmland. If it's darker, meaning it's wet from the water source. Water source can hydrate up to 9 blocks on an area, and it also is neat to hide the water source using some slabs or some stairs like I'm doing here. Also, please add torches around your builds as well. It will make the crops grow a bit faster. So we're just gonna get some potatoes and some seeds for the wheats so we can grow them. I'm just finishing up adding some water source. That way, the entirety on that hill could be irrigated, so it won't revert back into dirt. And you can also revert back a farmland into dirt if you jump on it. So please be careful with that. Alright, so we've managed to build us a small or a starting farmland, and I'm doing this on a staircase basis because, you know, rice terraces here in the Philippines is quite neat. So I mainly have potatoes and some seeds for the wheats. That's mostly what we need because I'm planning to get some sheep and cows and chicken. I am not interested with any pigs at the moment, but if we encounter one, we can get them. But it's not our priority, unlike the other animals. Now, these are sugarcane. You can plant sugar canes near a water source. It must be a water source. And you can plant them either sand or dirt, except for gravel or any stones, as long as it's not a block that's affected with gravity. Now let's just wait for the crops to grow here, and maybe we can plant any crops that would grow out so we can fill out this area. Like, bam! So we've gotten more than enough potatoes and wheats, which we can use to attract sheep and cows into our farmland. I mean, into our pen. We've also gathered more than enough seeds to attract chickens. With each animals, you may breed them by feeding each animals with their respective food choices. For example, you can feed sheep and another sheep with wheat, and a heart particle will appear above them or above their heads, and they'll start breeding. They can only produce one offspring at a time. You may also get some experience off of it. So let's just try and get as many sheeps and as many cows as we can get. The minimum is just 2 of each kinds. Also chickens. Let's just fill out our pen here. So we're just gonna go ahead and attract at least a pair of each sheeps, cows, and chicken out there. I want to use this time to thank you guys for watching. I may not get most of the views, but still appreciate those who are watching my videos. And I will continue to make gaming contents as long as I can. And I will keep playing the games that I love, and I'll keep showing you guys my adventures on each game that I'll be playing. I can't thank you guys enough. As always, if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. I'll be making a lot more contents about Minecraft and any other great games out there that will be coming out soon or has come out. Please leave a like as well. One click can greatly support the channel. Please share the video too. It will help me get more people in the channel with the same interests as you, and we'll make more contents out of each games, and I'll share it with you guys. You may also leave a comment of whatever you feel about this video or any suggestions at all to improve my channel. Anything would be appreciated, guys, and as always, thank you. Really. So we've gathered up all the necessary animals that we needed on any foreseeable future. So we're just making the mini barn secure by adding in this entrance. It's just basic fence gates and some pressure plate. And that way when I enter and step on those pressure plates, it would automatically close the door if I get in. And also if I go out, I don't need to press the door to get in. So that's how I usually do my doors on this game. So pretty much we've done a lot today. We managed to also we got the milk using an empty bucket, and with that milk we can cure our status effect. Any bad status effect that you might have, a milk can actually remove that. So we built all of the tree planters, and as you can see, it grow out, and that should provide us with enough wood for any builds that we might have in the future. We've also built this basic farmland, which consists of mainly wheat and potatoes. Now, we've achieved a lot today. We've built the mini barn, and we've gathered each pair of cows, sheep, and chicken on it. We've had a horse on the pen as well. And as you might notice on the pen, we have walls on it on top of those fences. Normal animals could not get out off of it, even though if they jump in and out, they can't get up. So you can use that technique if you're building in around fences. You yourself can get out without making a fence door, because if you have a fence door, that could potentially let the or some of the animals on the pen out. So by jumping over the fence, you can do it by using a carpet. So I'm just taking in some screenshot or still shots for my thumbnail here. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for sticking with me on this episode, and I can't wait for more episodes to come for Minecraft, especially now that Mojang, wow, you've been going at it. Minecraft, well, it comes a long way. Many changes will come and improvements on the game. As we can see here, Minecraft is really great, and I can't wait to explore more of it with you guys. And as always, KENKOY out, and I'll see you on the next episode.